Hey, what's going on, guys? Strange Religion here with another V-Rising video. I just joined a freshly wiped, or mostly freshly wiped server. It's not full loot, but you drop inventory on death and you can seize and destroy people's castles. So I'm level 10 and I see that here's a level 20. I'm assuming he has some pretty decent stuff. I'm probably going to go ahead and drop my PvP flag and kill him in just a moment. Right, so here he is. He's taking a little bit of damage. I think I can beat him even though I'm already lit, or maybe I'll try to beat him after I kill the foreman. But you have an hour of PvP protection on this server, so really we could go Quincey, we could go Bear, we could do a lot of interesting things, right? We could speedrun, we could try to get ahead of the curve, but I think I'm just going to try killing players basically for the entire next however long until I'm bored. So we're going to go ahead and try that. I'm trying to think who I need, right? I would like to do Nikolaus. And I could probably get a copper weapon pretty quick. I don't have Alpha Wolf though, so that actually is problematic. But if I could beat a player in copper, I think that would be a really good PvP practice. So let's go ahead and see how we can do with that, right? So he's running over there. I really need Alpha Wolf before I do anything, I believe. But if he starts burning here, right? Now we're going to burn as well. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and pop that PvP timer here. Knock him out into the sun. So his weapon definitely just seems to be doing more than mine. So we'll see, this is getting close, right? It looks like I might be able to win this, actually. Too easy here. He's definitely one shot, right? Easy, baby. So we're just going to keep this going. We'll see if we can just PvP our minds, out of our minds here. Alright guys, so this is going to be a PvP compilation video. I decided to just cut this video down in the sense that you're going to have to go through it with me. I'm not too big at editing. So I've marked a lot of places where I think are interesting, so I'm going to kind of walk us through my first 3 hours of this fresh white PvP server. So next up we've got Alpha Wolf, right? So we're about so that gets us that really early. 6 or 7 minutes into this server, and I've already killed the level 20, dropped my PvP flag, and now I've killed Alpha Wolf. So after Alpha Wolf, I decided that I really didn't want to gather any materials at all, and I thought it would be fun to just go raid people's bases. So I go get a horse, right? That seems like the play to me. And I get really, really lucky here. This is a career-defining moment for Horse Lord PvP base raiding on a fresh start server. See, I noticed that there's the walls are not fully completed here. Alright, well this looks like a player's base we can raid. So we're about 15 minutes into the game. And I'm pretty sure this player right here didn't realize they didn't set their walls up correctly. They even have production facilities going, so this should be interesting to see what we're going to get from this player. They also have a workbench, so we can quickly craft ourselves into some decent gear. Oh wow, they have a lot of stuff. So let's go ahead and get PvP ready real fast. Let's see, we don't need acorns or water. Probably our bone mace or our bone axes. We don't need snowflower seeds. There we go. So we are already at level 14. Probably heading up for 18. We just need some planks and some other stuff. So let's go ahead and steal all their planks. Wow, there's really big come up so far. We'll just go for reinforced bone sword, actually. You can also probably take a look and see what they got in here. So they got some unsullied hearts. Those are nice. Plenty of rocks, a lot of bones. Just gorgeous amount of loot right there. Alright. So this is actually one of my favorite parts of this video because, you know, I rarely do everything perfectly, but we always have a lot of good fights and interactions. But I actually left my weapon inside the workbench here. So I could be level 20 with a reinforced bone sword, and instead I just leave that player my weapon, and now I am, you know, essentially naked and afraid. But I didn't realize that. If I'd realized that, I think I would have played different. But please continue watching. Unfortunately for this player, it just gets worse and worse. Well, that was simple. We probably have enough stuff to make our base very easily. I mean, he had enough stuff to finish his walls, so it's kind of surprising to me that he didn't. There's a player right there, actually. That's my shadow. So let's go ahead and kill him, right? That way we can get all of his other stuff that he has. So this ought to be pretty easy. Trying to go into bear form or wolf form's not going to help him at all, obviously. He's also stuck against a wall, so that's not going to help him at all. Alright, so we robbed him and we killed him. Wow, look at all that copper. What is this player doing? Holy crap. Oh, I almost feel bad. Alright, so I don't even know what to get rid of at this situation. We've got a lot of really decent stuff. I don't think we need these anymore. We'll just pick up lumber and we'll steal all his copper. Just an overall fantastic find. Alright, so after the fact, I did feel a little bit bad for that one because we basically zeroed that player out 20 minutes into the server creation, but they didn't even really try to fight us at all. I honestly did not realize that I didn't have a weapon, so I think he could have beaten me. He was a higher level, he actually had a weapon. It's actually a lot easier to dismount players from horses than you think, and it also dazes them. So horses are extremely powerful, but they're also, you know, they're counterable. Pretty counterable. So carrying forward, this is probably one of the best starts you could possibly have on a fresh start server, right? I already have all the mats I need to make my base. So even though I joined the server an hour late after wipe, I feel like I'm way ahead of other players right now. So now moving forward, I decided to employ a weird strategy. We just had so much stuff that I thought it would be fun to just go straight to tier 3, right? So I run all the way out to Cursed Forest, and I make my base in the same location where we made the base defense video the other day. But here I run into just some wicked trouble. This actually, this hurts me. I lose about 20 minutes of my server playtime here because this wolf comes in my base and just devastates me for the next 20 minutes. He actually kills me twice and he will not leave. He won't leave, and every time I try to build, he gets in the way. So now, look, he actually spawned outside my base, and then later, when I tried to go back in my base, he respawned inside my base. So this is a danger of Cursed Forest, is that the wolves just spawn and respawn wherever they want, and they're doing, you know, all the things all the time. But here we are at 45 minutes in, right? And I've now gone to the other choke point. So we've essentially, oh no, right here he respawns inside my base after being outside my base. So I'm just blown away at the amount of time that I have to fight this wolf for. I think we would have been so much further ahead if we hadn't had to deal with that. But I end up actually moving my base basically. The wolf is such a hazard and such an inconvenience that I actually move to the other choke point, because on this server you can have 2 castles, but you can destroy castles. So I thought that was interesting. And so I'm with all of these crazy mats, I actually end up in just one of the best places you could possibly be for a server up, right? So moving forward,
that's really all we need, right, to be competitive.
you know, we're level 23. We have both choke points blocked in the Cursed Forest top right zone. So I'm just kind of testing strategies and theories as we head to Saturday's tournament. But sorry guys, there wasn't you know, a lot of PvP in the first hour, but there was so much good PvP that we ended up just putting ourselves in this incredible position. And from this point forward, I really decided that we're just going to horse lord around and we're just going to be PvPing. So carrying on to the next one, right?
Alright, what's going on,
I take the
guys?
cave passage. So we're doing cave passage from Cursed into Dunley, and then I'm kind of hunting the T2 players, and then I can also take the cave passage in Dunley back to Farbane. So I'm essentially just a menace on the map, and my base is so far away that I don't really want to go back unless I have a ton of loot, but it ends up working out for me multiple times. So here,
I almost feel bad that the person that we robbed is
here I've gone back to Farbane because I wasn't sure how many players would be in Dunley yet.
And just straight choked. He didn't use any skills or abilities to really do very much.
And so I managed to find another player's base to raid here. I'm like 2-0 for massive come-ups on bases.
Or get some PvP there. The server's been up for about 2 hours now. And we've been on for about 45 minutes or an hour. So we're going to be in a good spot, especially at level 23. See if we can't rob some of these players that are in these interesting spots, but that guy's got a pretty good square. That I don't. You know what? We could probably get up here actually. Let's try to raid this player's base real fast. This could be fun. Oh yeah, it worked. All right, easy. Alright, so we got some more copper bars. You know, it'd be nice if we could make some stuff. I got some free planks. Just a beautiful start for us is just driving around and horse lording. Obviously take all that. I will go ahead and take his bones as well.
So that ended up being an absolutely insane loot run on that player's castle. If you notice, he had 2 Twilight Snappers, which is going to unlock rat form for us. So now we can actually go rat bosses an hour into server launch. So in my mind, after I realized that I had those Twilight Snappers, I got really excited thinking that I could just go rat stuff. And so after that, I leave here and I go decide to check whether or not there's a player at Quincey.
So we're just out here robbing players. I feel like a bandit now. I feel like the one with the knowledge. So Quincey is open, so we'll go up here and take a look. We got a full inventory, so we're risking it all. But that's the best part about I see somebody right here actually. So I don't even know if he sees me, but we'll go ahead and try to horse lord him. Oh no, the sun might do immense damage to us depending on what's going on here. Let's see. So it looks like he went inside. Poor Harland. Wow, he was stacked. Holy heck, he was so stacked. Oh my god, 2 merciless pieces. Oh, I feel so bad right now. We can actually probably just go craft those with all this stuff right here. Oh man, he's just so stacked. Alright, so after that, I mean, honestly, I feel like it just gets better and better this run. It's got to be one of my all-time best runs on a fresh start. So here, I decided to go for Quincey at level 23. We could obviously just go craft those Merciless pieces, but I really wanted to try risking everything. Forget pro progression this video. We were just PvPing, and the best part is that all the really good fights and the very interesting stuff is yet to come. So stick with me, guys, as we just kind of bounce around these videos for the first, I think I was on the server for 3 hours, and there's plenty of content on the way. Hours. That's amazing. It's great. I actually sort of feel, and I know this is a weird comparison, but I sort of feel like Ninja from Fortnite. I feel like I'm playing in a quick play lobby after just returning from some sort of crazy esports tournament. But now would be a great time for a player to kill me, right? My inventory is just totally stacked.
I didn't think I could bleed this much.
So I'd be curious in a tournament setting how many players would actually be just waiting up here as rats or something similar. Alright, so we need to clear our inventory a little bit to grab these other Night Stalker items. So actually on the ground there were more Night Stalker pieces. So this is just the craziest come up ever. And the best part is that I go back to that other player's base that we raided in order to craft. So I'm now just using their base as my own base. To make a full set of Night Stalker real fast, or I guess at least 2 pieces. And then we'll just go ahead and leave them to play, we'll leave them this old gear. So when they come home and they realize they're robbed, they won't quite understand what had happened. And while we're waiting, we'll go ahead and get some copper burning. Yeah, we'll just live out of this player's base for a moment. We should probably go kill Clive so we can make sulfur to get ready for the siege window tomorrow. So we can destroy bases on this server, so we'll probably be destroying bases very easily tomorrow and getting... Now, what's funny, just like before when I left my weapon in that other player's base earlier, I actually screw up here 100 meters away, so... Because that player ends up coming home, right? She actually comes home, and now I was a little bit afraid because my inventory was so full. So even though they had player protection on, I was a bit scared that they would turn it off. And we have a lot to lose right now, right? Our inventory is insane. And then they also start attacking me, right? So if they had turned off the flag, they would have had a nice jump on me there health-wise. So I leave, but I actually left all the copper and planks inside of their workstation, so we actually gave that player kind of a come up after robbing them from before. And then this happens, right? This is the classic so bad strange move, and I'm so happy that it happened to me, and it was so unexpected that I now understand why other players are caught off by it. Excuse me, I jumped ahead of myself. Here we actually get into a good fight. So I'm trying to Horse Lord Pelora for a long time. I actually have to reset this fight twice, and then this happens. I'm getting good on this horse. Man, well, I'm a sneaky boy now.
Spirits, hear me.
Alright, so we mostly just want to go for Pelora. She was... Oh my god, we got a player here. That's alright. Oh, Pelora reset. That's really too bad. Alright, so honestly, he can't actually leave the arena, so this is fine for us. We don't want to allow them enough space to reset and heal, though. No way, that definitely got them, if I'm being honest. It went right through the horse. So this is actually a dead end, so this will be a really good spot to fight him. Nice.
All right, so that was just this is hour 2 of this fresh start, really awesome PvP server. I'm really enjoying this one. You can destroy castles. You get all their inventory, and you only get 12% durability loss, and it's a 2-hour siege window, but you don't get their equipment. So people are really figuring out the primary rule sets that people are really starting to enjoy to have fun and a little bit more of a competitive environment. So that was actually the end of this video, and then we're going into the next one where what happens is just crazy. I'm so stacked and I feel so stupid dying here, but please.
Alright, so we just stumbled on...
Wait, sorry, there's so many fights, I'm getting them out of order. So here we do stumble upon another player fighting Clive.
Upon somebody at Clive. So we're obviously going to kill them as well. We're kind of just devastating this server at the moment. We haven't actually lost a PvP fight yet. So this player's going to die even without me being here, to be honest, but we'll definitely kill them. And then we'll go ahead and finish Clive as well. Bad timing there. Obviously we wanted to kill Clive. I actually didn't expect him to reset off that.
So the reason I'm continuing this video right here, guys, is because this player actually manages to come back, and I lose everything. We screwed up here so bad. We should have not reset Clive there. We should have played better. And instead we end up having to refight Clive. And we talk about this a lot in our videos, right? When a player knows where you're at, you never want to stay in the same place for very long. And if you do, you really want to make sure your health stays above 85%. And this is going to be a great showcase of why that's the case. Obviously, if this was a hardcore server, this wouldn't have happened, right? Because we would have zeroed his equipment and his inventory. But there's actually a respawn point not too far from Clive to the east, and we're gaining the map knowledge and the awareness for competitive play to know these things. Like as you saw with the Pelora fight, I knew that player was trapped. I knew we just had to stop him from leaving the single choke point. And so here we actually have me dying for the first time after 2 hours on this server, but the death is so huge that it really puts us backward. And we're actually doing really well evening up this fight, right? We're going to hit him a couple times here, so enjoy this fight.
Oh, good ults. You know what? Actually, we have that, but I forgot that we had an ult. Wow, this is going to be very dangerous here, if I'm being honest. Oh, that's actually really bad. Oh, good ults. You know what? Actually, we have that, but I forgot that we had an ult. Oh, this is going to be very dangerous here, if I'm being honest. Oh, that's actually really. Look at all this loot this player just got. So even though we beat him before, we really paid that forward. We gave him some Night Stalker. We gave him, 800 sulfur. He has almost everything he needs to progress through tier 1 here. And the worst part is that I'd already killed Quincey and I forgot to put my ult on. So someone in one of my other videos told me I forgot to put the ult on, and I forget that it doesn't auto equip, or I'm like so laser focused that it just doesn't work out. But that was a great fight and very, very well deserved for Schraz on the comeback here. Just absolutely devastated me there. That ult was insane. It wrapped around the column and hit me and stunned me out and just obliterated me. So the ult early game after Quincey is very, very, very strong, and I do realize that, and I put it on after this. And now we're going to continue on, guys. We do still have another 10 minutes of PvP here, and it gets even better than this. And now I really look like a horse lord, right? I basically have a lance and a militia helmet. And this part gets really intense, and I don't know if I even noticed that it happened, but there's actually 4 players that all just came in the mine at the same time. 2 of them were already fighting, and then one just ran past, and then another one came at the end. So at this very moment, about 2 hours into the server's lifespan, we have 5 players all inside the copper mine.
If you want this far, you're gonna have to get through me first.
So I like this because he, instead of going to finish me, he actually stole all that player's loot and then got on my horse to try to horse lord me. So that ended up being a weird 1v1v1. And the whole time there was another player that had ran past and went to fight Errol the Stonebreaker, and then another player came as well. But I actually just leave here. And so now we're gonna go to the next part. And I unfortunately got killed by a monster or something. Yeah, so we come back. Now I love this part. A new player comes with player protection and steals all the loot before I could sort it and figure it out. So just a beautiful play, but when the monster killed me, it broke all my gear. So now we're effectively down our spell power. We're down, 60 extra health. And so we're slowly just degrading ourselves back to level 9 as this video progresses. And it gets better and better. So this is the moment I was trying to talk about earlier. This is my all-time favorite. This is the so bad strange, just dropping your PvP protection timer to secure yourself the best start you could possibly have on a server. And so I'm here fighting monsters. I'm trying to kill Keely so I can get my tanneries going. And so instead of healing, right, instead of running, instead of doing any number of things, I actually started typing. I was just so used to winning fights on this server and dealing with, random players that for some reason, I assumed it was a new player. And so I started typing, and then I actually went to give him a Merciless Copper Mace to help him in his journey after, being the Robin Hood that I've been, or if not, an actual villain this whole server. And he shows me the power of typing /PvP, which I have also done so many times I should expect it by now. Smart. Oh my god, smart. The amount of loot that he just got is extraordinary. So all of my equipment breaks, and now we're actually down to level 9, but the come up from here on out is just wild. I actually had such a big come up here. I was laughing about it all night when I went to bed. So here I'm just trying to run home at this point, right? I'm level 9. I have nothing, and this right here just blows my mind. So there, I just actually get away with all of that crazy loot. It's just totally wild how much loot I got from that. We go home and we're now able to make iron weaponry. So we've just been ravaging the map, a total menace, excuse me, even at level 9. And then I couldn't actually find the fight because I was recording on and off after this. But after this, on the way home, I get into an actual 1 versus 1 where we're both full health and all my stuff's broken and I have all those thousands of iron and gems to lose.
and I barely managed to secure that victory, but I don't think that they really had too much loot. Um, but now we're going to go toward the end of the video, and this is going to showcase we haven't really had too many, actual 1 versus 1s here. But then we get into a very, very good 1 versus 1.
From Midnight? Well, he's Sazori and
This is kind of more of a gank, actually. 1 versus 1 long. But it turns into a good fight. This player really knows what they're doing. And then I've joined my clan in the Discord for the release of Ni no Kuni, which came out last night at midnight. So I'll be talking about that in my next video. But for now, just enjoy this. We started employing this strategy where we're killing players' horses everywhere we go, especially in tier 1. And so here we kill his horse to try to stop him from being able to escape. Or maybe later I start employing that strategy. So your sound does work, guys. I just muted it because people in my Discord were talking about a lot of different things that I didn't want everyone to be a party to, which is why I stopped recording. Right, I was just recording on and off just for the fights. So this is a new ability right there that I'd never seen. Throwing those 3 green skulls is so beautiful. It gives you a dot of some kind, which I actually don't know. I think it might weaken you or amplify the damage that you take, and it also knocks you back. And it seems like the cooldown on it is quite low. I've also been using Spectral Wolf because it gives a fading snare for 5 seconds, and I believe it weakens them for 35%. And additionally, it's so strong for chasing. It's really, really strong when they're running away, because I can throw it at monsters, as you're about to see here, and it actually bounces between targets. So I don't even have to actually hit the player. I only have to hit monsters. Barely missed the ult there. Again, that green skulls is just a beautiful play. And so here I learn how to use the Spectral Wolf, right? So I just throw it at the monsters, and eventually it hits him. Now he's snared, and I believe he's taking amplified damage. I probably could have killed him there with a spear combo, but I got hit by the bomb, and so it knocked me off of my own combo. Just some good flicks all throughout the video. Some really, really good flicks, especially at the mine when I was coming down the ramp and I like threw flick as that player was trying to turn into a wolf. These are the kind of fights that I really, really love in this game, and I think it's going to be very important to understand that you should be using a salve or a rose brew potion if you can, and then you turn into a wolf, right? That way it heals you that 15% or whatever the percentage is. I think it's 15 that you can only get back in combat. And we've also left combat at this point. So we could just stop and heal, but I'm really in chase mode. He could easily turn this around, right? If he throws his skulls backward and he knocks me into the monster bomb, I think that might kill me. So there's just so many ways to play and outplay. There's so much potential, and there really is a very large way to escape from fights. The green skulls, again, I think the cooldown is low for that ability. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but it's very effective, and I really like it. I've never seen a player use that in PvP. I know a lot of you are asking for a PvP vid showcasing abilities and such, but I'm still learning them myself. Here he gets very unlucky. 2 man traps as he's trying to run away is just really, really bad. So we do end up finishing him here, and just like earlier with Straws, right, when he spawned at the eastern spawn point and comes back to Clive, I didn't leave my I didn't learn my lesson, and so I actually stayed in the exact same spot. And then he comes to fight me, and we get another really good 1 versus 1. Except for him, it just goes really bad. So, wait, where am I? 1% escape. Minute 4. Oh well, enjoy this part of the video. I'm not sure which fight this is here. It looks like I went back to Iron Mine. So I'm not gonna showcase the other fight. Or maybe I can find it really fast actually, excuse me. Something to do with the combo. So Seaman comes back to PvP again, and it's brutal how effective this combo turns out to be. So we see him. He just arrived back from the waypoint, and he wants his loot, right? I have everything to lose, and he has nothing to lose. So he's going to go ahead and chase me, and I thought about running, right? Because we have a lot of distance here. So I considered escaping, and then I decided I actually wanted to fight. So we're peeling backward, we're throwing abilities. You know, hopefully you would be using a salve or a rose brew here to get your 15% back. This was just disgusting, this combo right here that's coming up. Just disintegrated. The stun into the spear Q, devastation, 50% of his health just instantly melted away. And so after this, I go to Iron Mine, right? Now that my inventory is full, we got to make our way back up to our tier 3 base. So I go over to Iron Mine, and I get into some really interesting fights. And this is going to be the last fight in the video. So thank you all for watching. This was, you know, 3 hours on a fresh start server with full inventory drop on death, no equipment drop, and the ability to seize and destroy enemy castles during the 2-hour siege window. So it's a really, really good rule set. This is the Solo Refugee server, so I highly recommend you check it out, and they do have a community Discord. Also, I would love to see more of you in our upcoming Saturday Solo Merciless Cash Cup, sponsored by Stunlock Studios. The details for that tournament are below, and please like, comment, subscribe, and criticize as always. Sorry, I'm getting a phone call from for work, but I'm almost done with the video, so this is the last fight.
This kid's not even trying to fight back. He's literally, what? Bro, I'm on a horse. What are you doing? Fight me.
Sorry guys, I had joined Discord with my clan at this point, and I started to get toxic. So I'm going to go ahead and mute this as well. I wish I'd muted that the whole time. I feel like it's really discouraging to call people kids. And we had just talked about today, actually, in the Discord, not calling people kids. And then as I got tired and it became 3 a.m., and I was getting fights all over the place, I started saying it. So I apologize for that bit of toxicity there. He did kind of W key, right? He never actually tried to fight me or hit back, and his inventory was just stacked. And so I was sort of getting, you know, tired, and really no excuse, you guys. I apologize for saying kid here. But we did win that fight, and he had an insane amount of materials. So this was really, really big for us. But it's not the end, right? I said that was the last fight, but it evolves because he comes back. So he comes back, and then it becomes this crazy battle of moving backward and forward and narrowly trying to get away. So I'm actually trying to leave the mine now, and there's multiple people. So there were people inside the mine as I tried to leave, and then here we get into a big fight, and I narrowly managed to escape. So this is actually the final fight of the video. Please comment, like, subscribe, and criticize as always. Talk, you know, say bad things about me because I called that guy a kid. Totally understandable. Again, the power of that wolf, right? That wolf snares, it bounces between monsters. So we just beat Freed inside the mine, and I have all of his loot and all of the loot from Tier 1 Farbane Woods of basically ganking players for over an hour, getting in so many good fights. So I have everything to lose here, and he has everything to gain. Here I try to outplay him, right? If he had came around the corner there, I would have ulted him into all these monsters, and that would have been really big for me, but I actually miss. It was a good strategy. It just didn't pay off at all. That iframe right there by eating the wolf actually saved my life. My heart right here was racing. I can't believe I haven't choked yet. And so here we manage, this is the best part, right? I'm such a dumb player that I actually try to loot this player's loot bag as I'm running away from the other player filled with loot. So I just, what absolutely one shot in the middle of the day, monsters everywhere, a player chasing me. I actually try to do a little loot and scoop, a little skirt and vacuum up the loot. But after this, guys, I do manage to get all the way back home with all of that loot. I'm gonna try to look and see if I make it home here. No, we get in more fights. We get in more fights on the way home, but we end up getting home. So I drive home and we put all that iron and such into the furnace. And so that was a 45-minute PvP compilation video, which took place over the course of 3 hours during a fresh start PvP server. So jump in those new servers and practice for Saturday's tournament. So Saturday, May the 28th, we have a Merciless Solos Cash Cup. And then on June the 4th, we have our first ever Summer Slam Duos Cash Cup. So I can't wait to see you all there. Please join the Discord. And as always, thank you for watching. And I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about this video. And I will see you all next time for our next V Rising video. Have an amazing day and a super great week.